Benjamin Keilman. Benjamin, come on up, brother.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben Keilman, and it's an honor to be here at a dinner dedicated to legendary Republicans, Lincoln and Reagan. I happen to think these two men were our greatest presidents, but I am kind of biased. I'm Republican. So, you know, it's odd that the parties are such an integral part of our democratic system that we kind of forget that they're actually private organizations. We come together today as members of a voluntary association, free of coercion and obligation, bound by a common belief system. Republicans stood against slavery, oppression, fascism, communism, socialism, and Clintonism, whatever that was. Lincoln began the GOP tradition, and Reagan exemplified it. And the people in this room are part of that legacy. We may not be presidents or philosophers or historical figures, but we each have our role to play. I believe that my part in this role, is to give Western North Carolina the kind of representation it deserves in Raleigh. That's why yesterday I filed my candidacy for NC House District 118. And let me tell you about myself. I've been rich and I've been poor. I've seen the best of America and I've seen the worst. I've been sick, I've been healthy, and I know what it is to suffer tragedy and to march through with the succeeding minutes and days and hours on nothing but pure willpower. My father is a small businessman. He's sitting right over there, and he makes cabinets. He took a risk. He struck out on his own. He created jobs. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Anytime you work with your hands, it's brutally hard, whether that's farming, manufacturing, carpentry, or armed services. But one thing it teaches you is the value of honest work. The satisfaction at the end of the day when we put the last coat of varnish on a cabinet and seat it in the wall of the house, it's that kind of feeling that I always treasure. But not everyone can experience that. Our nation and our district have been devastated by economic recession. Unemployment is high, times are tough. It would be one thing to say this if we all made bad decisions and we were reaping the consequences, but or if they behaved wrongly and were flawed in character. But that's not what happened. We're here today because of a direct result of big government, liberal ideology fundamentally at odds with the values of ordinary Americans. Democrats created Fannie Mae, and Democrats created Freddie Mac. They ordered banks to expand their lending to unqualified borrowers, and when they didn't, the politicized lawsuits of the Justice Department rolled in. They crippled our competitiveness by favoring unions over sound business practices. They enacted government regulations with neither heed nor regard for their economic costs. The Bible says, "By the fruits you shall know them." Well, I've seen enough of their fruits, and I've seen enough of the liberal incumbent. He actually supports making it more difficult for first-degree murderers to receive the death penalty, and this is becoming a worldview, apparently, that our court system is so broken that even convicted murderers do not receive swift and fair justice. And my father taught me that if you have principles, you'll always know what to do, no matter what the situation is. And thanks to him, I knew that I had what I had to do to make a real change. I've put together a staff of dedicated young conservative activists who are dead set on sending Ray Rapp back to the ivory tower from whence he came. We've done our research, we've put our plan together, and we've hunkered down for a fight. And now it's your turn. Because the media loves to decide who's going to win elections. They put a map up, and they get their poll data, and they color it in red and blue. If you listen to reporters talk, or in some cases Bev Perdue, we don't even need elections. We should just let the PhDs crunch the numbers and then we can all go home, right? But this isn't true. I know that's not true. And everyone in you here knows that that's not the way it works. The game is not over until the very last out, and the season's not over until the very last game. The election isn't over until every last vote is counted. And if you bring your friends, and your family, and your acquaintances, I'll make sure your efforts are not in vain. With your help, I will win. I'm Ben Keilman. Come up and talk to me sometime, because I'm running for state representative.